Hey everybody, thanks for checking in. I'm glad you tuned in this week. I really regret missing it last week. The problem is I've been having this miserable head cold. Last week it was miserable enough that I didn't do a little news report. It's still kind of hanging in there. It's not going away that fast. But anyway, I was able to, well, here I am. And here you are, and here we go. Now, the big news in the last week is that my nephew Michael, and you may recall Michael is Michael Clear. He's a Hollywood movie producer. He produces horror films, and you've heard me talk about him from time to time. He and his wife, Kristen, welcomed a pair of baby girls, twin girls, this week. Their names are Matilda and Isabel. Isabel, by the way, happens to have been my mother's name. So what I'd like to do is to do a major weekly recap, welcome, and shout out to Matilda and Isabel, and our congratulations to Michael and Kristen. Let's go. Thanks for welcoming the girls aboard. In other kid news, Tim and Matt are having absolutely fabulous football seasons. In fact, Tim has led the Summit Hilltoppers to the semifinals in the New Jersey High School football championship. So, and really a surprising result. We didn't expect that team would be that good, but it turns out that they are. And Matt is having a great season. Now, in terms of the other kids, Hannah, Alex, Mary Kate, Liz, they're all doing great. I've had some photographs from Halloween. They look terrific, and it looks like they're enjoying what you get with the fall up in New Jersey. Now, the news I would have reported on last week was Vero Beach's very first Oktoberfest. It was the first one they've ever held. It was at the Indian River Fairgrounds. It was the biggest thing I've ever seen at the Indian River Fairgrounds. And it stunk. They had a gigantic beer tent, but a beer, a Bud Light was $9. I mean, that is absolutely ridiculous. They didn't have any Wiener Schnitzel, any sauerbraten, anything like that. They did have bratwurst, which some of the people that I talked to there, I didn't have it, but talking to some of the people there, they said it's the kind of stuff that you get at, you would buy at Publix. I mean, it was really no big deal. However, and the reason I'm bringing this up is the thing that struck me was they had pretty intense security at this thing. They were sending everybody through metal detectors to get in there, and they were frisking people. And it struck me as a little bit odd, but then I put it together with the fact that since we've been down here, since we came down here a month or so ago, whenever it was, we've noticed that the 7:30 Mass on Sundays, there's always a police car parked in front of the church. I don't know if there's something going on in Vero Beach, some kind of security, something that's triggering a concern for security. I have no clue what it is. I'm not seeing any reports of anything going on, but really kind of striking. I'll keep you filled in if something, well, I'll keep you filled in if something goes on. Anyway, apart from kid news, that was good. Oktoberfest, not so good. There's really not much else to report, apart from my head cold, which I'm expecting in a day or so it'll go away. So anyway, here's this week's recap. It's a little on the light side, Although I think the Matilda and Isabel, that is really, really big news, and I'm delighted to bring it to you. So everybody have a great weekend. Take care. See you next week.